Cut that out.
I think what makes black cinema, particularly black love in film, so spectacular is the authenticity and the rawness and the sweet gentleness that comes together. It's unapologetically us. There was a point in time where we had no black love stories on the television. It was only white love stories, the white family stories, and my grandmother watched those growing up. And at the end of the show, there would be this feeling of unsatisfaction because she just could not relate. But then in 1954, we finally got what we've been waiting for, a beautiful, astounding, groundbreaking black love story between characters Joe, played by Harry Belafonte, and Carmen Jones, played by Dorothy Dandridge. This film was highly praised within the community because it was one of the first films to show black love in such a way that it finally resonated and it hit home for many. It was fun and airy, and they were completely gorgeous on screen. Thus, the black love era was born. Later on in the 70s, we had a daring film called Claudine, played by the lovely Diane Carroll, may she rest in peace, and our love interest Ruth, played by legend James Earl Jones. With this film, it became even more relatable to the community. The story was about a single black mother with kids that driving her crazy. She's dating a new guy, and the kids having to adjust to this new dynamic. The struggle in the midst of all this with the welfare, crummy jobs, being stressed out. But at the end of the day, there was still love. Then we got some black family shows. We had Good Times, we had The Jeffersons, and What's Happening, which was also relatable, and it showed the love within a black family. But you have to wonder, was this the start of supporting that negative stereotype of black people? Broken families, single mothers, no money, petty jobs, poverty, projects. It was almost in every story, more about the struggle than just about love. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In the late 80s to early 90s, we started to see a vamp of more airy, fun, positive black love stories have we seen before. Again, like Coming to America, starring the great Eddie Murphy and the wonderful Sherry Headley. We also had She's Gotta Have It, directed by Spike Lee. Then heading to early 90s, we had House Party, starring Kid and Play, Tisha Campbell, Martin Lawrence, and many more. The 90s to the early 2000s was the black love renaissance. It had so many memorable and fun, loving movies that were solely about the love between two black people. No negative depictions attached. Now, somewhere between 2006 and 2014, we were in this weird era of extremes. Like it was either this.
That's the only way you gonna do me.
Didn't I?
Just go.
You just go.
I'll just take it and I'll just go.
Oh, you just take and go, huh? You gonna take my money and go? What's wrong with you?
What do I have to do to make it work?
Well, you could lose about 50 pounds. Then I might be somewhat attracted to you. I might. And, something you can do now. You can turn off the lamp. You're beginning to glow. Look like the cow that jumped on the moon.
Or this.
Yeah, I want to do that.
You want to do that?
I want to do
Can I tell you something? We would never be born.
Me
and you.
And you
will never be boring.
The was no realistic love story between two black individuals where they were not pained in some dramatic way or acting buffoonish or a caricature, very unrealistic. Now, there were definitely some honorable mentions throughout those years that had still kept that foundation that the classics had. For example, Just Right, Beyond the Lights. Now, I love Tyler Perry, okay, that's without a doubt, but a lot of his films had characters that were severely damaged or abused or drastically pained, and they needed to get away from their current partner to find a good one. It was rarely about two people falling in love and trying to make it work. Or there was a polar opposite, where in other films we had the complete over-the-top comedy with either unrealistic characters or they were put in unrealistic situations. I enjoyed these films, but I wasn't moved by them in a way that I can watch them over and over again, still getting goosebumps like how I watched Love Jones or Love and Basketball. It was these moments in the films that it just spoke to you and you believed the story, and it was humor, it was drama, it was everything, you know? It seems like we kind of lost that during that time period where it was just from one extreme to the next. But then the great Barry Jenkins came on the scene with first his wonderful debut of Moonlight, and then the riveting love story of If Beale Street Could Talk. Now, If Beale Street Could Talk, that film was solely about love and two black individuals who were in love. Now, I have to say that it still had this dire struggle in both of the films that contribute to the old black narrative, but I have to say these two stories I'm more moved compared to the others I've seen recently. There's this undertone of realism, the emotions, the dialogue, the cinematography, and the score captivates the viewer from the very beginning. I believe that these two are my exceptions to the rule. But at last, though, a breath of fresh air with The Photograph, which came back to the rule of positive black love depiction with realism attached at the hip. No real pain or no severity of just the struggle of that overpowered their love story. It was just two people being in love and trying to just coming to the realism of knowing that and feeling that and trying to work together. It was something that we've been missing for a while now.